was to plea as charged to counts 2, 3, and 4 with an adjudication of guilt, 5 years, 6 months Department of Corrections with a 3-year minimum mandatory for actual possession, followed by 9.5 years probation. That would run concurrent on all of those counts. The court costs would be as directed by the clerk. On count 1, he was already resentenced previously to, I believe it was 12 months and 1 day Department of Corrections. So that would, based on that resentencing, we would suggest that that sentence remain the same since it's been long completed. And just for the record, the state amended the information and added count 5 after the plea was rejected. So I think out of fairness to Mr. Wanless, as part of this plea, rather than him entering a plea to that count, we would announce a null pros as part of the plea should the court accept the terms.
Okay, and then there is probation to follow?
Yes, Your Honor, it would be 9.5 years of supervision, and that would be on counts 2, 3, and 4. And those will all be concurrent.
I believe Mr. Wanless has either 9 years or 9.5 years. So that whatever the remainder from that 5.5 year sentence, the court could order
Okay, good.
a reduction.
Mr. Wanless, is that what you wish to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I called your name before all these other folks in the gallery because you've been waiting long enough.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wanless, you're adjudicated guilty of counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Count 5 is dismissed. You're sentenced to 1 year and 1 day on count 1, Department of Corrections. All of these are with credit for all time served, and the state stipulates that you've served all that time. You're sentenced to 5 years and 6 months on counts 2, 3, and 4, and those were to run concurrently, run at the same time. 3 years of that, it was mandatory minimum. Again, you've served all that time. Any time that you have served in excess of 5.5 years is reduced from the 9.5 years of probation. What are the terms of Mr. Wanless's probation?
Your Honor, according to the plea agreement, plea offer for Mr. Schlechter, unfortunately looking at the email that I attached to our response, there does not appear to be any specific terms on the probation. Again, I don't know if that was an oversight at the time of Mr. Schlechter, but again, I kind of defer to Mr. Demetrius as to what he would suggest. I know there have been a lot of mental health issues involved. I don't know if the defense would object to any sort of mental health evaluation and complete treatment as recommended. That would normally be what I would recommend considering the circumstances, but again, I'm going to kind of defer to Mr. Demetrius in this instance.
Mr. Demetrius? Yes, sir.
In speaking to Mr. Wanless and getting him set up once he's released, he has been in contact with the VA, and once he gets in, he will be getting benefits and he will be entering voluntary counseling and any type of treatment program available to him through the VA. I know he will be doing that, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Wanless, I think the only other term that's not in there is it's $40 per month cost of supervision, but the court will waive that for the first 6 months, okay? Mr. Wanless, you do have 30 days to appeal this judgment and sentence. If you wish to appeal, it must be in writing. If you cannot afford an attorney to represent you for that appeal, one may be appointed for you. Do you understand your appellate rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I have to smile, Mr. Wanless, you understand the appellate rights from how we got here.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wanless, I wish you the best, sir.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, counsel. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Will he be released today?
He will, yes, sir.
Okay, so he doesn't have to go back to DOC and be checked out. He'll be released from the county jail.
From what I understand, he will, yes, sir. No? Okay, wait a minute.
prison. You might have to return to the prison rather than being
I've
released
already
from jail.
EOS. I need a grab.
So they brought all your stuff and everything?
I've already been EOS.
Okay, good.
How much time, does anybody know how much time he has left for
I mean,
probation?
does-
He's saying he's got credit past the 5 years or
Right.
9 years.
Does the state and the defense want to stipulate to 9.5 years? I'm sorry, to any time served? Do y'all want to stipulate to that? Or are you going to wait for the prison to figure out that? How's that going to happen? Thanks, probation.
I'm willing to stipulate to the 9.5, Judge.
Well, the total probation was 9.5, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, he was in prison for 9.5 years? Mr. Wallace, how long have you been in?
9 years, 7 months, 9 days.
Okay,
You put them in off their probation.
okay, I don't know what Ms. Wiggins is saying, but I'll mute her. Okay, so how much probation is following, what was his original probationary term?
9 years, Judge.
Okay, so he's already done, okay, so, and he was 5, 6, 7, 8. Ma'am?
You won't come out to probation, so probation should terminate upon release.
Well, but it's 9.7 minus 5.6, because that was how long, and then the balance would be probation. So that's
correct.
4.1 years.
4 years left.
Do y'all stipulate to that, 4 years and 1 month?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. To the state?
That's fine. That's fine with the state, Your Honor.
Mr. Wallace, so it's 4 years and 1 month on probation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Casey.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, I apologize for the confusion on my part.
Not a bit.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Mr. Cobb?
Can we do Miss Melson's case?
Sure.
Do you see the motion I filed?
I do not have the motion you filed.
Yes, sir.
When did you file it?
Friday after I got on the phone with the bar.
Okay.
So I told Miss Melson, this is the state of Florida versus Dana Melson, and she's scheduled here today for
Oh, Ms. Melson.
jury trial preview. And
Yes, sir.
I told Ms. Melson earlier today that I filed a motion, a suggestion of incompetency, asking her to be evaluated. And I can go into the details, what brought me to that decision, or the court can understand that, take into account that it wasn't an easy decision for me to make based on her history.
Yes, sir.
I read all her prior evaluations. I read all the prior motions asking her to be evaluated. I spoke to her former counsel about it, and then I spoke to the bar about it and was informed I have to go based on what I see and what I hear, and that it would be a detriment if I failed to do it and it turned out she wasn't competent. I explained it to her. I told her this morning that there's some things that she said to me that make me question whether she is competent to go forward, and she probably hates me for filing the motion.
Not at all.
But I want what's best for her,
I understand.
and that's why I filed it.
And it's disappointing to Ms. Melson, I'm sure, because we were looking at going to trial next week or the week after that.
I was so looking forward to it, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Melson, at this stage, I don't think I really have any choice. I think I have to continue your trial, and you're going to give me a proposed order.
Today,
Ms. Melson, for somebody to come talk to you and evaluate you, and then you'll come back before the court after they do that evaluation.
Yes, Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
I think Mr. Cobbs was impressed and then again turned off by the definition of fiat. See, I explained what a fiat to him is. I don't think he liked that, so therefore I need medical attention. You're mandated for exploitation, and that's what your card means. So, crazy or not, I get it.
Okay. Ms. Melson, so hopefully I'll see you sooner than later, okay?
Oh, and another thing,
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
tell him about the case right here I just showed you? I didn't hear you, say it. Would you please explain to him what I? What I just showed you? Would you please tell him?
Charged with how many juvenile counts?
It's right there, all the paperwork's right there.
Oh, with juvenile count?
It's gang-related, street gangs, and I'm every member. I just showed him to the paperwork. It's,
Okay. And that was when you were a juvenile,
Well,
Ms.
it's
Melson?
the state's attorney, Salvador Gomez, gave me the paperwork,
Okay.
and it's the punishment score sheet,
Okay,
and it's related gang members. And so what I did is I went on Securus app, and I found all of the codes. And it says right here, M0.2 is just state's attorney offense. The jail's not responsible for detaining me. So that means I'm not really under arrest for anything. And I can't be multiple people in a gang member.
yes, ma'am.
So I got all the evidence here I showed Mr. Cobbs.
And Ms. Melson, I know you've raised that in the past. You've raised about the charge and the gang members.
Although I have been known to be a bunch of people at one time, I can come around like a psycho, but I'm not.
Ms. Melson, I look forward to seeing you after that evaluation.
When is this going to be, sir? I've been in here 17 months.
I know. Mr. Cobb, you'll get me that order today?
You're killing me, Your Honor.
Then I'll sign the order today.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I've already talked to, well, Dr. McDonald's evaluator in the past, so she's familiar
Good.
with Ms. Nelson, so
Super,
she can get right on it, so.
perfect, okay.
And so if
Thank you.
they say I'm crazy, what will happen then?
It'll depend on what the doctor recommends.
Oh.
If he recommends Florida State Hospital, I'll do that. If he recommends outpatient, some kind of program, then we'll talk about that, okay? Thank you, Ms. Melson.
Bye.
So I'm going to continue Ms. Melson's case for 1 second. Thank you, ma'am. Bye, Ms.
Bye, Mr. Gomez.
So I'm continuing Ms. Melson's case until the next pretrial conference. Hopefully, I'll get that report before that. Thank you, Mr. Cobb. You got to do the best you can for your client.
This is State versus Mr. Rogers. He was on the docket day previously, and he had raised an issue that he thought Mr. Snell had a conflict of interest in prosecuting because he had represented him as a public defender.
Right.
And he's asked for Mr. Snell for the case to be assigned to another prosecutor, and he's all right with that, and he understands that that will require a continuance, which he doesn't have a problem with. He just doesn't want Mr. Snell on his case. And I believe Mr. Snell and I would like to approach.
Okay. Yes, sir. Mr. Snell, if you'll approach.
Yes, sir.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client.
Mr. Rogers,
death
so
and injury against
it's my understanding that the
Venezuela
state will have another assistant state attorney assigned to your case. So you'll be back before the court no later than January 13th, okay?
AB preeminent rated.
That's the next pretrial date.
Tirelessly for his clients, as is
Thank you,
evident
sir.
by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law.
You have a blessed day, sir.
Thank you, sir. You too.
That's all I have this morning, Judge.
Thanks, Mr. Cobb. Mr. Gates. Good morning, Mr. Gates. Good morning, sir.
One case on Your Honor's docket this morning. Son, S-O-N, she's present in court.
She's right. There you go. She was on your other side. There you go.
Your Honor, we had advised the court last week that this was going to be a deferred prosecution agreement, and I think that Mr. Snell is still trying to contact the alleged victim to make sure that that's acceptable.
Okay.
So if we could set it for a control date.
How about we'll just set it for the next pretrial?
That's fine, Judge, the January 13th date.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Ms. Son, you'll need to be back in court on January 13th at 9 o'clock unless all the paperwork's done on the deferred prosecution agreement. So stay in touch with Mr. Gates. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge, that's all.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Garrett. Mr. Garrett.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Mr. Quo Estella? Your Honor, Chris Garrett for the record. Case number is 23-CF-2015. There's also a citation, 23-TR-10098. We are going to enter a change of plea today. The state is looking over the plea agreement. Your Honor, if I may approach with the plea and sentencing agreement.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Mr. Quo Estella, if you'll please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
I did, Your Honor.
If you'll just give me a moment. So what is the adjudication?
Your Honor, the adjudications are on the misdemeanors. The felony is a withholding.
So the felony is count 4? Nope, that's a misdemeanor.
Count 2, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Do you understand that you'll be adjudicated guilty of the misdemeanors, but a withhold on the felony count?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you still wish to enter the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
I do accept your plea. Count 1 is amended to the lesser included offense of reckless driving, 316.1935, parens 2, parens small b, adjudicated guilty, sentenced to 6 months probation. On count 2, it's amended to the lesser included offense of felony battery, 784.03, parens 2, that's a withhold of adjudication. You're sentenced to 36 months probation. Each of these are to run concurrently, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Count 3, adjudicated guilty, sentenced to 11 months, 29 days probation. Count 4, amended to reckless driving, 316.1935, parens, well, it looks like it's parens 3 and then parens 1. What am I missing, Mr. Garrett?
Your Honor, I believe that's correct. That's the reckless driving that gets us to a year of supervision.
Okay. Adjudicated guilty, sentenced to 11 months, 29 days probation. You'll need to perform 50 hours of community service work. Is that only on count 4, or is that?
That is only on count 4, Your Honor.
Okay. 50 hours of community service work. You can pay that off at the statutory rate. You'll need to enter and successfully complete the DUI school. take one session of the victim impact panel. And your case number 23TR10098 is merged and dismissed. You will need to pay the $40 per month cost of supervision and the court costs. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too, Mr. Grant. Mr. Patel. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Judge.
I apologize, Your Honor. I have one other client.
Okay? Just kidding, Mr. Patel.
Then just like, Your Honor, Chris Garrett on behalf of Ricardo Vargas Duarte. Sorry,
Yes, sir.
I don't have the case number in front of me.
It is.
This was set for plea.
Hold on. It's 24 CF 1955. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, this was set for plea to continue. He is currently incarcerated at a different facility. We request the continuance.
It's continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Now, Mr. Patel.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir.
Jay Patel on behalf of Andrew Thomas. Today was set for plea to continue. I just received the PTI document.
Good.
I'd ask to continue the case to the next pretrial. I presume it'll fall off the docket before the next pretrial.
Yes, sir. So the next pretrial is January 13th.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Mr. Wade. Good morning, Mr. Wade.
You're on behalf of two cases.
He's coming out.
Hello, Mr. Vo.
Your Honor, I'm back again asking if this matter be continued on both cases.
Okay. Mr. Vo, do you agree to the continuance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand what Mr. Wade's doing on your cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I do continue your cases till January 13th. If the state offers you something you want to accept before the 13th, Mr. Wade can set it for a hearing, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Wade. Mr. Flowers. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Your Honor, State Attorney, I'm looking for him, is appearing by Zoom. There he is, in Sheena Russell.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we received more discovery last week. I think the State Attorney, Mr. Paul Gillespie, is appearing by Zoom.
That's correct.
I think I see him. Judge, he suggested last week that a case management conference be set several months down the line, but I let him speak. We agree with his assessment, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, I did receive additional reciprocal discovery from defense, and we sent some of it as well. This was recessed for basically to get a scheduling order on, I think it was Tuesday of last week. The court had asked if I could email or provide that. I emailed one Friday to all parties. The email I had, my understanding is the next trial weeks for Judge Stone are January. I think that might be too soon.
We agree with that.
I suggested perhaps March 24th or around that time period is what I'm showing on the calendar. The only concern I have is I have multiple cases in Escambia County that may conflict as well. But I'd like to get some sort of scheduling order or something moving in that direction. If it needs to be reset with Judge Stone, that's maybe another discussion, but I think it'd be wise to set some sort of scheduling order.
Okay, and you did send me a form scheduling order. Mr. Flowers, did you look at that?
I did, and I didn't, the one we received didn't have any dates on it.
Right, it doesn't. Well, it has some dates.
Judge, I agree that if we were to set it for March 24th and do our very best with respect to discovery, and if there's any problem, whatever, we could bring it before Judge Stone. I think that makes sense from our perspective.
The cutoff dates, I think, are if you did March 24th, it's 45 days from the trial begin date. So that would be February 7th by my calculations for discovery cutoff. And if we need to meet in chambers or in person and discuss it too, that's an option too, that's,
Well,
I provided.
what you have in your proposed order is all discovery depositions will be 30 days before the trial begins. So I don't see where you said how long discovery is going to last. From today, it looks like your dates are all in relation to the trial date.
That's correct, they're all in relation to the trial date. In paragraph 3, any supplemental discovery exhibits, including reports, expert witnesses, and any additional supplements of witnesses shall be furnished no later than 45 days before the trial begins.
Right.
If it needs supplemental language as well, I can add that or change something.
Okay, so the trial of this case shall begin no later than, you want to say March what?
March 24th, I think, is the jury selection day on the calendar, if I'm correct in that.
Judge, if you were to execute that order, we don't object to that.
And then it
This has been very
says shall conclude no later than,
And I'm thinking it's probably a week-long trial. So perhaps on the dates, that Friday.
and he should have a 2-week trial cycle, so you may want to do it the end of the second week.
The only problem I have is I noticed the 2-week trial cycle, for some reason, he has a blank week between, where the next trial week is April 7th. Which
Right.
is unusual.
Probably a fifth week in there.
Okay. I mean, we can put April 11th as the final day.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so, Mr. Flowers, you're okay with me signing this scheduling order?
I am, Your Honor. If something unforeseen occurs, we'll bring it to the court's attention as quick as we can. But I think we're doing the best we can, as is the state. It's voluminous, the amount of discovery we're exchanging.
Okay, so I've signed that order, and y'all will get a copy from the clerk?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. So it's continued until the next cycle? Do you want it until January 13th?
That'll be fine.
Okay, good.
Fine, yes, Judge.
Thanks, y'all.
Your Honor, the next matter
Yes, sir.
that I have is Marquise Duberry.
Yes, sir.
Judge, it had been announced plea or continuance. If we could have disposed of the case today, we could not. And so we're asking for a continuance consistent with what I think Mr. Shaw covered this matter last week. So we're asking for January 13th, sir.
It's continued.
Final matter, and I should have pointed out, Mr. Starr, S-T-A-R-R, he's present. We're asking for January 13th on that matter.
Hello, Mr. Starr, come on down.
He is present, Your Honor.
Mr. Starr, do you agree to the continuance?
Yes, sir.
The court will see you back here on January 13th at 9 o'clock. If the state offers you something that you want to accept before that date, Mr. Flowers can set it for a hearing, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Very well. Your Honor, that's all I have. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, sir. You too. Ms. Jacob.
Thank you, Your Honors. I have Mr. Hardway on the docket this morning.
Your Honor, Mr. Hardaway is present in 24 CF 780, 1014, and 1496. Your Honor, we were hoping to have a response from treatment by now. Unfortunately, we have not received one either way, so if we can continue this, but our hope would be to bring it back in December to get Mr. Hardaway started with treatment.
Okay. Mr. Hardaway, the court will see you no later than January 13th, but hopefully I'll see you before the end of the year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr.
That's all I have, Your Honor. If I
Yes,
may be
ma'am.
excused. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Thank you. Mr. Schweitek. Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briar Patch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area.
Mr. Wilson, your attorney's asking for me to continue today's hearing until Thursday. Do you have any objection to that?
No, sir.
I'll see you on Thursday at 9.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And that's all of Mr. Ian Wilson's cases.
Yes. And I've got Tajay Smith.
Then, yes, 22 CF 2468. You state that you don't want to go to trial on Mr. Smith's case. You want to continue. Hello, Mr. Smith.
Again, the state is working out some details on this that we believe that we can get finalized by Thursday.
Is the state ready to go to trial? Did you send out subpoenas?
We did, but I don't have the I don't have the receipts yet as far as what my witnesses have been.
I understand. I can certainly, we can still have it going to trial. Do you want to go to trial next week, or do you want to go to trial the week after that? Yes, sir. When did you send your subpoenas? When did you tell the witnesses they needed to be available?
The first day, the whole 2 weeks.
Okay.
Was put on there.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to be at the beginning of next week visiting college with my daughter. So
Good. So it'd be the week after that?
Yes, sir.
The week of December 1st. Is that what you're saying, Judge?
December 2nd, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So, Mr. Smith, I'm going to keep it on for trial on December 2nd. Mr. Switek, if something comes up before that, you want to set it for this Thursday, or set it for the next Thursday at 12:30, you can certainly do that. Well, no, there's not, that'd be Thanksgiving, wouldn't it? We have shelters and detentions. Do we have those on Wednesday? Thank you. Pre-trial detentions. Right. Wednesday? Okay. Let me double check.
That week of the 2nd is a really bad week.
The week of the 2nd, of December 2nd. Well, that's the only time the state can go to trial. Yes.
Well, I'm still anticipating the state getting back with a plea.
You're mumbling.
Pardon me?
You're mumbling.
I think I believe we'll resolve this before then. So.
Okay, so you can either set it, if you resolve it, set the plea agreement for this Thursday, anytime. That's a criminal day, so set it for 9 or 12:30.
9 o'clock, please.
If you settle it, you can set that plea for then, or if it doesn't resolve then you can set it for November 27th, which is a week from Wednesday at 12:30. Okay? Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Judge.
It's trial on December 2nd. Mr. LaPella. Good morning, sir.
Permission to approach, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Okay. Okay, so on Cameron McAllister, 24 CF 1279, 24 MM 2172, 24 CT 1290, and 24 TR 6564, 6563, 6536, and 6533. All of those numbers are at the top right of the plea agreement. And probation, these are misdemeanors, so they'll go to JCS.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So the court does accept the plea, and I'll give the plea agreement to Madam Clerk. Okay. Then on Laura Falman, 24 CF 1629.
This is also a plea in absentia, Your Honor, and she's waived her appearance for the purposes of today.
And these are misdemeanors?
That's correct, Your Honor. She's pleading to lesser included offense on counts 1 and 3, and the state's going to dismiss count 2 as a condition, or as part of the agreement.
Okay. So I do accept that, and I'll sign the bottom of that.
Very good, Your Honor.
They're both JCS?
Yes, they are both JCS.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And that's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. LaPella.
Thank you.
Okay, that was all the private counsel I had signed up for. Are there any private attorneys on Zoom? Okay, I don't see anybody jumping up and down. Yes, sir, Mr. McKevichus.
Hi there, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Joseph McKevichus here for the record. The first case I have on the docket is Mr. Matul Hernandez.
Okay, thank you.
This is case number 23 CF 2873. The case was left set for trial, Your Honor. I talked to ASA Barrickman. I sent some new discovery. Apparently, when the case transitioned to me from the previous attorney, I'm missing some discovery as well. So asking to pass this one last time. I do believe we'll be ready to go next cycle, though I don't intend on doing depositions.
Okay. To the state, any objection to a continuance?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, do you?
If I can,
yes, sir.
just because I'm passing on notes from ASA Barrickman. There was some discovery sent on Friday, but they could not open the records, Mr. McKevichus, so I just wanted to let you know that. We may need to get that resent. And that's it, but no objection to the continuance, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, do you understand what Mr. McKevichus is doing in your case? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Do you agree to the continuance?
Yes.
Then you'll be back before the court no later than January 13th. Mr. McKevichus will stay in touch with you. Thank you, sir. Teresa, what other cases do you have?
I have this queued up.
Good, thank you, ma'am.
I have one other one in the courtroom that is also an interpreter case.
Good, okay.
And that's State of Florida versus Ramos.
Okay, Mr. Ramos?
And this is case number 24 CF 2125. Joseph McKevichus for the record. We're still ready for trial.
Okay. Is the state ready for trial on Mr. Ramos's case?
There's still, it's a new case, Your Honor, and I've got to talk with a couple of witnesses, so the state wouldn't be ready to try this case in 2 weeks. So the state would move for a continuance.
Okay. Mr. McKevich, has the state moved for a continuance previously in this case?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
Okay.
This is the first time up, it's a brand new case, so.
Okay. Mr. Ramos, I've got to be fair to the state the same way I would to you. If you asked for a continuance of this case, if it was the first time you asked, then I would probably grant that. Since this is the state's first time asking for a continuance, I am granting their motion for continuance. So you need to be back in court on January 13th at 9 o'clock. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Then you have the other inmates not yours, Mr. McKevich?
The other one's not mine, Your Honor. That's
Okay.
all I have.
Thank you. Have a great week.
You as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Mejia Garcia. I talked with him last week at the jail. Based on that conversation, Your Honor, I'm in the process of having a risk assessment done in anticipation of potential plea to the bench. So I would ask the court for a one-cycle continuance. This should not have been announced plea or trial. I think it was just done for a plea or continue.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mejia Garcia, do you agree to the continuance?
Yes.
You understand what Mr. Kleins is doing on your case?
Yes.
You'll be back before the court no later than January 13th. Thank you, sir.
I'll come see you at the jail.
Last we have Johan Rivera Munoz with Mr. Cox.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Judge, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Mr. Johan Rivera Munoz in case number 24CF55, 23CF2330. Can I just have a brief moment, Judge?
Certainly.
If you could sign right there. Judge, I have a copy that I'll read the terms, but may I approach the sign, please?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, in case number 23CF2330, that case is ultimately going to be no props. Now for case number 24CF55, I want to notate count 1, lesser included offense, possession of controlled substance. The terms will be adjudication of guilt, 18 months, Department of Corrections, credit for time served, 515 in court costs. Excuse me, that's 615 in court costs. And then 150 in defense costs. I'm just correcting the plea form, Your Honor, to reflect 615 in court costs and I'll have my client initial right there, approving that correction.
Aprobando esa corrección.
I'm sorry, may I go through the correct plea form for the court office?
Certainly, yes, sir. Okay.
This will be $615 in court costs. You just initial right there. Excellent. If I may approach.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So then on counts 2 and 3 of 24 CF 55, any sentence for those?
It should be, Mr. Snell, counts 2 and 3 be credit for time served because they're the misdemeanors. Correct. Thank you, Judge.
Good, thank you. Mr. Rivera Munoz, if you raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Rivera Munoz, was the plea agreement read to you?
Yes.
Do you understand it?
Yes.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
Yes.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what Mr. Koch stated today on the record?
No.
Has anyone forced, threatened, or coerced you into entering the plea?
No.
Mr. Rivera Munoz, I do accept your plea. You're adjudicated guilty of the lesser included offense in count 1. You're sentenced to 18 months with the Department of Corrections with credit for all time served. You'll need to pay the court costs, $150 public defender's fee. You're sentenced to credit for time served on counts 2 and 3. How long will you need after you get out of prison to pay the court costs and the public defender's fee?
3 months.
Okay, you've got it. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Mr. Rivera Munoz, one last thing. You do have 30 days to appeal this judgment and sentence. If you wish to appeal, it must be in writing. If you cannot afford an attorney to represent you for that appeal, one may be appointed for you. Do you understand your appellate rights?
What do you mean an appeal?
Okay. If you decide when you walk out that door out of the courtroom, you didn't want to enter this plea, or that the sentence that I just stated was wrong, then you have 30 days to ask a court above mine to let you not be sentenced to what I just sentenced you to. In other words, if you have second thoughts and you think that the trial court, I did something wrong, you can take it to a higher court. Okay. Thank you, sir.
That is all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks so much. Have a great week. You'll get a score sheet to me on Mr. Munoz? Score sheet?
I do.
Okay. Okay, any other private counsel? Any private counsel on Zoom? I don't see any. Then it's going to do the few pro se's or the, yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Marcus Thompson?
He has as well, Judge.
Okay.
He's an inmate.
We will call him shortly.
Okay, yes, sir. Just make sure I don't miss him. Also, Mason Weston.
Yes, Judge, she's going to make us welcome.
Okay, thank you. It's 24 CF 2227. Hello, Mr. Weston. Is there an offer to Mr. Weston? He was added 24 CF 2227. He's pro se. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Weston, just don't say anything factually about your case, okay?
I have a number to clarify that.
You have what the offer was from the state? No.
For the payment.
Payment?
Yeah, it should have been paid by today.
Okay. So Mr. Weston says he paid the restitution amount, I suspect.
It should have been already paid, or it's in process, because there was nothing, like, we called the clerk of court and they had no idea.
Do you have any record on 24 CF 2227 of any money being paid?
We had no idea where we could pay it.
Right, okay. Mr. Weston, do you want me to appoint the public defender if you qualify financially?
I don't know. I know it should be paid today. We tried paying it right after court, and we called the clerk of court. They had no idea where to pay it, but
Right.
it's in the process of being paid, or it's already been paid
Well,
today.
and I haven't ordered any restitution or anything, so the clerk's not going to accept any money. Yes, sir, Mr. Snow?
That's right. We had asked him Monday.
To pay the alleged victim?
Right. We.
Do you want to see what he's got?
Here's the phone number to who is paying or has the money and is trying to pay it right now. You can call them and clarify, well, I have the money, it's getting paid today.
Okay, can we pass this case? Let me make
Sure.
Okay.
So, Mr. Weston, I'll see you this afternoon, okay?
All right, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, to the PD?
I have Mr. Thompson.
Okay, Mr. Thompson. Okay, good. Marcus Lee Thompson, 22 CF 1938 and 23 CF 1214. Hello, Mr. Thompson. Good, how are you?
Jason McKinney on behalf of Marcus Thompson, 24 CF 1824. Additionally, the two cases on the docket that are listed as no attorney, I believe that I would need to be appointed in those two cases, which are each felony violations of probation.
Mr. Thompson, do you want the public defender to represent you in those cases?
Yes, sir.
I do appoint the public defender.
Judge, those are case numbers 22 CF 1938 and 23 CF 1214. Judge, we are trying to resolve the matters for Mr. Thompson. There is a suspended sentence on the violations of probation that I was just appointed to. We're trying to work around that, but we do not have that agreement today. This was announced plea or continue. So reluctantly, I would ask for the continuance until January 13th, but I'd like Mr. Thompson to keep in mind that we do have additional court dates through December. We're going to try to resolve this matter and get it back before Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Thompson, that means that you'll appear in front of the court no later than January 13th, but if the state offers you something that you want to accept before that, Mr. McKinney can set it for this Thursday, next Thursday, or next Wednesday, can set it for any weeks between now and then. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
To the public defenders, folks that are in the gallery, you want to call them?
Yes, sir. First I have is Mikel Mercado, followed by Raheem Miller. Mr. Mercado is approaching, Your Honor. I talked with Mr. Gomez and Ms. Mercado. If we can leave this on for Thursday's docket for status only, I do expect that between now and Thursday, Ms. Mercado is going to execute a PTI agreement.
Good.
So I want to make sure that we get this resolved this week, which is why I want to leave it on for Thursday's docket to make sure. But I've already told her I'm going to be in my office all day tomorrow. Stop in at any point, and we can go over the terms and have her sign that.
Excellent. Ms. Mercado, I'll see you on Thursday at 9 o'clock.
Well, I'm going to ask the court to waive her appearance unless we don't get that signed.
Okay. Well, do you want me to continue it until the next cycle?
I was just going to say, if the court wants to technically continue this and put it on December 9th or something for status.
Ms. Mercado, if the paperwork goes through, you don't have to be here on January 13th at 9 o'clock. But if it isn't filled out, and if Mr. Kleins says you have to be here on January 13th, you'll need to be here then, okay?
But come to my office tomorrow. Pretty much just try to avoid lunchtime. Here. Here. I'm going to be eating in my office.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Next I have is Raheem Miller. Does the court want me to call people on Zoom too, or?
However you want to call.
Okay. I'll do Raheem Miller, and then he's going to be followed by somebody on Zoom. This is Mr. Miller, Your Honor, 23 CF 1598. We did announce plea or trial for Mr. Miller, so if we could leave him on Thursday's jury review docket. And for scheduling purposes, I've been in and out, so I don't know if the court's been getting into that at all. I'm not going to be here the first week of the trial week, so that's when we'd be looking to go, is the week.
So December 2nd?
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, my legal assistant has been working very hard to try in that short period of time to actually reach out to all of the witnesses via phone. I have a list of most of them, but I'm hoping by Thursday I will have a definitive list of exactly what cases need to go on what dates, Your Honor. Okay.
So, Mr. Miller, that means that I'll see you on Thursday at 9 o'clock, and we'll be looking at going to trial on December 2nd. Okay? So Thursday at 9. Thank you.
Your Honor, on Zoom, I have Tyravian Miller and 23 CF 1977.
Good. Thanks, Mr. Miller.
Your Honor, if we can leave Mr. Miller's case, this Mr. Miller was also announced plea or trial. We are trying to resolve this particular case, but we do need to leave this on the jury review docket. And Ty, I'm going to give you a call either later today or tomorrow.
Okay. So Mr. Miller needs to be here live on Thursday.
He does need to be here live on Thursday unless we get something worked out. If we do, it's going to be a plea to a misdemeanor, which doesn't require him to be here.
I agree. So Mr. Miller, stay in touch with Mr. Kleins. You'll need to be here unless Mr. Kleins tells you that you don't have to be here Thursday at 9, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Last one I have in the gallery, and then if I could do two on Zoom, I have Huy Nguyen. Mr. Nguyen is present and approaching, Your Honor. This was also announced plea or trial. I did talk with Mr. Nguyen this morning. We do have an agreement to the terms of the offer from the state. So if we could leave Mr. Nguyen's case on for Thursday, but remove him from the trial docket, I don't want to clog up an already limited trial docket with a case that I know is not going to go to trial.
Okay. So, Mr. Nguyen, I'll see you on Thursday at 9 o'clock to enter a plea, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Make sure you keep an eye on your phone. Okay. I need to talk to you. Okay. I'll call you tomorrow. Tomorrow? And I can go and look at your good now. On Zoom, I have Scott Neal, I believe.
Yes, I'm here.
There he is. Your Honor, Mr. Neal did provide me 4 witness names and contact information. Unfortunately, I didn't get that until late on Friday afternoon. I will talk to them tomorrow, and I'll talk to Mr. Gillespie and let him know if there's any more coming or who I'm going to list. But Mr. Neal was only on today to make sure that he got me that stuff, so I did receive it. I just haven't had a chance to call anybody.
Okay. So, Mr. Neal, you'll need to be back before the court on January 13th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Gillespie, do you have any other cases?
No, Judge, I appreciate it. Thank you. You have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, sir. You too. Have a good week.
And last, I don't know if I don't see him, but Richard Newcomer.
Mr. Newcomer, if you're on, if you'll take your phone off mute.
If we can pass him, Your Honor, I personally emailed him. Oh, perfect,
good.
there he is.
Thank you.
I talked with Mr. Newcomer. We only left him on this docket so I could do some research into whether or not an uncounseled plea on a driving count has any impact the way an uncounseled plea on a DUI does. It does not. If we can continue Mr. Newcomer's case, so he is going to be trying to get a valid driver's license.
Good.
So,
Okay. Mr. Newcomer, you'll need to appear in front of the court on January 13th at 9 o'clock. Okay? Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
and Your Honor, I did not call Chad Mott. He's outside, and we're trying to resolve misdemeanors at the same time.
Okay.
And then I'll pass to my docket partners so they can clear the gallery.
Okay. Yes, sir. Mr. Cotton.
Morning again, Judge. If I call Mr. Mark Payne in 24 CF 874, he's present and approaching, Your Honor. Your Honor, this was set with no subs. Alleged victim sent over a sworn statement to the State Attorney's Office. That's why we set it for today.
Okay. I'm sorry. Payne?
Payne.
Payne. Thank
Yes, sir. Mark Payne in 24
Got it.
CF 874.
Hello, Mr. Payne.
How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Well, good.
Good. Okay, so continued in trial next time, or?
No, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor, that's what we would request. And then in the interim, I need to speak with the victim personally, because in my notes, there's been some, can we approach real quick? I don't want to.
Certainly.
Experience the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Island's burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
So, Mr. Payne, do you agree to the continuance?
Your Honor, may I just
Sure.
explain it? The state attorney received that drop request from the alleged victim. They just need some additional time to speak with their personal. So what the state said is, we're going to continue it to the 1/13 date, but in the midterm, if they talk and they drop the charges, of course, the case is over. So the state's requesting a continuance for that 1/13.
Okay, just talk to more with my wife.
That's what the state attorney's office is requesting.
That's great. I mean, I know how she feels. I can talk to her all she wants.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mr. Payne, if it's not resolved before January 13th, you'll need to be in court then, okay?
Okay,
Just stay in touch
can
with
you
Mr.
try me
Koch.
without my wife being here?
Can we try you without your wife?
Yeah,
That'd be up to the state. I wouldn't try anybody. That's up to the state to have to prosecute.
Okay, just that.
Okay? Thanks, Mr. Payne.
So this is set. January 13th. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, next we call Miss Dawn Perry in 24 CF 1378. Miss Perry is present and approaching.
Hello, Ms. Perry.
Judge, this is going to be a change of plea. It's going to be to a lesser paraphernalia misdemeanor.
Good.
I didn't have time to write up a new plea form, but
That's
it'll be
fine.
adjudication of guilt, court costs, and credit for time served, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Perry, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. Ms. Perry, do you understand that if I accept your plea, that you're waiving your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you'd be adjudicated guilty of a misdemeanor?
Yes, sir.
Have any questions for me or your attorney or the state?
No, I don't have any questions.
Ms. Perry, I do accept your plea. You're adjudicated guilty of the misdemeanor. You'll need to pay the court cost. You're sentenced to credit for time served. How long will you need to pay?
270 plus 150.
Okay, so around $400. How long will you need to pay that before it goes to a civil lien or judgment?
I get disability, so I could probably pay that probably about, if I get on a payment plan, probably like 4 months.
Okay, why don't we do 6 months, okay?
Thank you.
So if you fail to pay it within 6 months, it'll go to a civil lien or judgment.
It'll be paid.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, if I call virtually, DeShandria Rain, who's present virtually, Your Honor. Ms. Rain, thank you. If you could turn your camera on. Excellent. Thank you. Judge, this is Ms. Rain in 23 CF 2497. We did conduct a deposition was set for the alleged victim. The alleged victim did not show up for that deposition on October 15th. We're here today to see if the state's made contact with that victim.
Okay, to the state.
We have in the past, Your Honor, so
Okay, so you want a continuance? Okay, it's continued until January 13th.
Reset. Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Rain, so your hearing is continued until January 13th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next case, Judge Mr. Jeremy Ross, 24 CF 1756. Oh, I apologize, Judge. He's in custody. If we can call up Mr. Deontay Smith, who's present at approaching.
Thank you. Hello, Mr. Smith.
How you doing?
Good, how are you? Okay.
Mr. Smith is here on two cases, 23 CF 1700, 24 CF 799. We set it today without subpoenas, because I still need a score sheet and an offer in this case. Unfortunately, I don't have either today.
Okay.
If we could continue this to the January 13th date.
Yes, sir. Mr. Smith, you'll need to be back here on January 13th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Deontay Smith. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll call you too.
Absolutely. Judge, if we call Mr. Nathan Roberts, President. Judge, if you have another
Yes, sir.
brief second. Okay. You can.
That's Mr. Gomez.
We've been in contact. She's aware that we agreed to those terms.
This is the plea agreement.
Yes.
Can you just pass him
Pass it.
momentarily? Yeah,
Absolutely.
Mr. Gomez has a list. I just want to make sure.
Here comes Mr. Gomez right now.
He had gone, oh, perfect. This is a plea agreement and Nathan Roberts. I just want to make sure before I signed, I was like, you've got the list. I-12.
Mr. Powell, I'll call your cases after Mr. Koch's clients that are in the gallery are called, okay? Thank you.
And Your Honor, for the record, this is a downward departure based on a negotiated plea.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. My client will be entering no contest plea. It'll be adjudication of guilt. It's 12 months of community control. which will then be followed by 12 months of standard probation. A GPS monitor the entire duration of community control and for the standard probation, so for the complete duration. Court costs, and then there's 150 in defense costs. If I may approach with the signed plea form, Your Honor.
And $40 per month cost of supervision, correct?
Yes, correct.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Roberts, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Roberts, did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Roberts, I do accept your plea. You're adjudicated guilty, sentenced to 12 months community control, followed by 12 months of probation. You'll need to wear a GPS monitor. You need to pay the court costs, $150 public defender's fee, pay the $40 per month cost of supervision. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
And Your Honor, for the, I don't know if it was mentioned, the dollar amount for the GPS?
Mr. Roberts, how much money do you average making per month?
I make about $120 a day, so maybe $2,000 a month, give or take.
Okay. I do agree to the least amount you can pay for the GPS monitor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. You go right. And the next judge, Mr. Stephen Staton, who's present and approaching in 24 CF 1145.
Yes, sir.
Judge, this was set today without subpoenas. The alleged victim failed to show up for the deposition in October, so I'll turn to the state.
Okay, to the state.
What's the person's name you called?
It's Staton. First name is Stephen.
I'm saying if you offered him 2 years of probation, even with the no contact, you'll take it.
What do you mean? We're still prosecuting.
Okay, certainly. State says they want to move forward, so we'll move for, I guess, to retry to get the alleged victim in this matter, Judge, if that's what the state wants.
Okay.
So we'll set it for 113 with a continuance.
Okay. Mr. Staton, your case is continued until January 13th. Judge Stone will be your new judge, but I would suspect that Mr. Koch is going to push Judge Stone and say you're ready for trial, or at least moving in that direction because you need to get some closure.
Yes.
Okay. So January 13th at 9.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Mr. Roger Smith, who's present and approaching, Your Honor.
Hello, Mr. Smith. Good morning.
Judge, this was set today, prior discussion with the state attorney. They were seen to move this to misdemeanor court, and if not, for an offer. So I'll turn it over to the state.
Okay.
Right, this is a case that we would offer a misdemeanor, allow a plea to a misdemeanor, that's correct.
Okay. He's offering a misdemeanor plea. What are the terms of the plea?
It would be 12 months of probation, be an anger management course, no contact with the victim unless the victim were to request that contact be modified.
Okay. So here's what I hear, Mr. Smith. It would be 11 months and 29 days probation. You'd have to enter and successfully complete anger management, have no contact with the alleged victim unless they ask for that to be changed, and then you'd have to get the okay from probation before you had any communication with the alleged victim. You'd have to pay the court costs, $150 public defender's fee, and $40 per month cost of supervision and the adjudication. Mr. Snow?
Absolutely.
Be guilty?
Yes.
Okay. You'd be guilty of a misdemeanor. So you You can do that?
Sounds reasonable to me.
Okay, if you'll raise your right
I
hand.
just have a brief moment, Judge.
Certainly.
That's the first time I got an offer from police. Certainly, you can accept that today, but I just don't want to pressure anyone to accept the petition, but this is the first time I heard an offer in any way, so if you want to accept it, you can do that. Well, this is the first time I heard this offer, we haven't sat down, we haven't looked at video, anything. I'm just telling you, I haven't seen anything, this is the first time I heard an offer in this case. So you're certainly willing to take it, but I just want to let you know. Without looking at any evidence, I can't make that opinion. So, but that being said, I wouldn't take an offer without looking at the evidence. Of that, I just wanted to hear an offer again. Because, as you heard, most of my clients, some don't even have offers. And that's the first time I heard it. So I don't want to pressure you in any way.
Mr. Smith. Mr. Snell, do you intend to leave that offer open through January 13th?
I believe the offer is appropriate in this case, yes, sir.
Okay. But here's the caveat to that, Mr. Smith, is that the court can't make the state do that. There are cases that say the state says we're going to leave the offer open. They withdraw the offer, in this case, before January 13th. I can't make them offer it again. Separation of powers keeps the court from telling the executive branch what they can do. So I haven't seen Mr. Snell. I can't remember of any time that Mr. Snell has ever said, I'll keep an offer open and changed it, but just know the court can't make him offer it if he decides to withdraw it. So that's what you need to decide what you want to do.
Do you have an opinion?
I haven't looked at anything.
I understand.
So I can't really give you the opinion. On that basis alone, I would accept it. They're going to keep the offer open. How do we keep it, continue to 113?
I would feel like continuing.
I agree with that.
Judge, if we could set this for 113, continuance.
Mr. Smith, your case is continued until January 13th at 9 o'clock. If you decide you want to accept the state's offer before that and you want to avoid about 200 or 300 people on that day, Mr. Koch can set it for a hearing before then, okay?
Understood.
Thank you, sir.
That card you could call.
Yeah, give me another one.
Okay, have a seat, and I'll get it. Yes, sir. Judge, we call Mr. Charles Reyes, who's present and approaching, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Judge, we're here at 24 CF 1839. We set it for no subs. This is a case where the FDLE came back not as a controlled substance. So I'll turn it over to the state.
To the state. Charles Reyes, 24 CF 1839.
May we approach, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Thank you. Mr. Koch, let me ask you this, knowing that, and we've been working for more than an hour and a half, Why don't we take a 10-minute recess and then we'll come back?
Thank you, Judge.
We're in recess for 10 minutes. Thank you.
All rise, please.
Not cool, bro. I'm Attorney Quo Browning. Personal injury is no joke. Just ask him.
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
For years, I proudly served Florida as a state trooper. During that time, I investigated over 1,000 car, motorcycle, and trucking crashes. My mission was simple, to help the victims. Now, as an injury attorney, I can do even more to help accident victims. Hi, I'm Attorney Quo Browning. If you've been injured in a car accident, I'd be honored to help you. Call or visit us at browninglawfirm.com.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667.
Background Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briar Patch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Man, I got this. Let's roll. Fight fire with fire. Take 1.
Have you been injured in an accident and need righteous representation? Call us, because we fight fire. Fire.
Damn thing ain't working. Whoa! Not cool, bro.
I'm attorney Quo Browning. Personal injury is no joke. Just ask him.
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
For years, I proudly served Florida as a state trooper. During that time, I investigated over 1,000 car, motorcycle, and trucking crashes. My mission was simple, to help the victims. Now, as an injury attorney, I can do even more to help accident victims. Hi, I'm attorney Quo Estella. If you've been injured in a car accident, I'd be honored to help you. Call or visit us at browninglawfirm.com.
Ask you to unmute it. Mr. Jaden Lovett, can you hear us?
This is Jaden Lovett.
I'm here.
There you go, okay. Mr. Lovett, were you on Zoom at some point?
Yes, sir. I'm still on Zoom. I'm just running a little bit late.
Okay, good. I'll exit you out of that, okay?
Scott, I need to pass you for a few minutes, but literally, walk right into that door, don't leave the court, and I'll come talk to you, okay?
Thanks, Mr. Lovett. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Judge, I've got Mateo McKinnon. Oh, he's an inmate. Nope. You got him, okay?
Hello, Mr. McKinnon.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Judge, the state made an amended offer this morning, which I believe ultimately we're going to take. He's just asked if he could have a few days to think. So
Sure.
I told him that I thought that you probably had another day.
Thursday.
Thursday?
Okay.
Okay. All right, Thursday, if we could do
Thursday
that.
at 9 o'clock, Mr. McKinnon, I'll see you then.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then to back up, you've got Mr. Gamble.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Gamble. Good, how are you? Good.
Mr. Gamble had pointed out a problem in the police report. On one page it says that they believed that this one exhibit had X amount of grams, and then 4 pages later it had some reference to the same exhibit number, but then said that, I don't know if they moved it around or said it wasn't, it didn't say destroyed. I can't remember the verbiage. I gave all that. It didn't exist. Didn't exist.
I'll clarify that, Your Honor, on the record so Mr. Gamble understands it. When OCSO collects bulk evidence, it's labeled exhibit so and such bulk evidence. And then when they get to to the sheriff's office, they separate out that evidence. It's created a different exhibit, and then the name Exhibit 4 is deleted. So in this particular instance, the narcotics that were found as part of bulk evidence 4 were then separated out, identified with a different exhibit number, and then were tested, which is why we have multiple laboratory reports, FDLE reports. So Exhibit 4 bulk items, that exhibit does not exist because it's separated out. So they do exist. I verified that with OCSO. So.
Okay. Mr. Nopes, what do you want to do with Mr.
Judge,
Gamble's?
obviously that's important.
Really?
I'm just going to ask to continue it and then let me go. I mean, I don't necessarily know who the officer is that handles that part of it. I know there was 2 depositions taken, but I'm not certain. Well, actually, on that case, I don't know if there was any depositions taken. He's got 3 cases. So
Okay.
I just need to go investigate that and get him some clear answers.
Good. Mr. Gamble, you'll be back before the court no later than January 13th. I did have to smile when Mr. Nopes was talking about what you pointed out to him. Years ago, I was an attorney, and there was a continuing education where the teacher came back from lunch and slammed his hand down on the lectern and yelled, "Shut up." And all of us attorneys were just in shock, and it was kind of stadium seating, and he did it again. He slammed his hand down on the podium and he said, "Shut up." He said, "Shut up and listen to your client. They'll win the case for you." And so, Mr. Nopes, listening to you, it's good that he listened. Thank you, sir.
We'll, not today, but I'll get it hopefully. Okay. All right. And then, Judge, the final case I've got, and I'll come back to Mr. Lovett, is Joe Petit. So Mr. Petit's always here, and he's not here today.
Okay.
I mean, I've checked my file to see if I did have a phone number. It may be in my office. I could keep, like people set appointments, we normally put their phone number out beside it.
Okay. What about if I issue a capias for Mr. Petit, but then if you get a hold of him and you want to appear on Mr. Petit via Zoom, you can sure do that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So a capias first appearance.
Now, I'll try to come up with, I think he had a relative that emailed me at some point, so I'll try to come up with something creative.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to check with Mr. Love, and I'll be back with it.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Powell, you ready?
Yes, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tommy Lovett, who's present.
Hello, Mr. Lovett.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for dressing up for court. You look mighty nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Judge, we have a negotiated plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
Count 1 is currently a driving on suspended habitual. The state is going to reduce that to a misdemeanor DWLS. Count 2 would be as charged, and it would be for a period of 1129 probation. Would you like me to announce the terms and conditions?
Or if you want to give me the plea agreement, either way.
If I can approach.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Mr. Lovett, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Lovett, did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
If you'll just give me one moment, Mr. Lovett. And the traffic case, are we handling that? Is that merging or?
All right, was there a companion citation?
It appears there was, yes, sir. 24 TR 4566, it's on the docket.
Judge, we'd ask the court, if, given that we're entering a plea, if the court would merge and dismiss the companion citation.
No objection from
Okay.
the state, Your Honor.
Mr. Lovett, I do accept your plea.
Yes, sir.
You're adjudicated guilty of the lesser included offense, the misdemeanor in count 1. You're sentenced to 6 months probation. These sentences will run concurrently, run at the same time. In count 2, as charged, adjudicated guilty, sentenced to 11 months, 29 days probation. You'll need to enter and successfully complete the DUI school, submit to a substance abuse evaluation within 30 days from today, begin any treatment if it's recommended within 60 days from today. You'll need to take the drunk driver victim impact panel, perform 50 hours of community service work. You can buy that out. Your vehicle will be impounded for 10 days, and your driver's license is revoked for 6 months. Court has no objection to you obtaining a business permit. You'll need to pay the court cost, $40 per month cost of supervision. Did I miss anything from Mr. Lovett?
No, Judge, and just if the court would just indicate, Mr. Lovett, I believe, will qualify for the statutory exception to the vehicle impoundment. We would just ask if you would indicate no objection if qualified to waiving that condition.
Certainly have no objection to that. And also 24 TR 4566 is merged and dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Is it being supervised by JCS?
Yes.
And then, okay, they have a different cost of supervision.
Okay, right, they're $50 per month. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lovett. Good luck to you, sir.
And Judge, would he need to check in today or?
Yes, sir, he needs to contact JCS.
Very good.
Okay, thank you.
I need to personally go there.
Yeah, I've got it. I'll give you the address. Judge also had Samantha Lucas on the docket.
Yes, sir.
That's 23 CF 2139. We are in plea negotiations. We're getting close to a resolution. We need a last continuance.
Okay, it's granted.
Very good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Is that
So
the
it's January 13th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
That is all
Thanks,
I have
Mr.
this
Powell.
morning. Have a good day.
You too. Mr. Nopes?
Judge, I've got Jason Lovett. Judge, the state did make an offer this morning. That was kind of the purpose for us to be here. But
Right.
we've got a couple other things that we're trying to check up on. We agreed, and if, I don't know what you've got, if you've got just a simple date, first or second week of December, that'll give us a little bit of time to smooth over what we're trying to check on.
Okay. Do you want it December 12th or 16th?
Judge, let me look here. December 12th works.
Okay. Mr. Lovett, I'll see you on December 12th at 9 o'clock. Okay, thank you.
Yep. Judge, I think that's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Nopes. You can continue to the other line. Is that on you? Continue it to Bridge Rock. Let's do that and then set it for status. That'd be good. Okay, yes, sir, Mr. McKinney.
I think you have private counsel on Zoom.
Okay, private attorneys on Zoom. Who is that?
Mr. Owens,
Good.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Joe James Owens.
Thanks, Mr. Owens. Mr. Owens, what cases do you have?
I have one client, Seth Laviette.
Yes, sir.
Judge, we've received a plea offer, and I need some time to go over it with my client.
Okay, so do you want to continue it until January 13th?
No, I'd like to set it for Thursday. You mentioned you had a date.
We do. So we'll just continue today's hearing until Thursday at 9.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, Mr. Owens.
Bye-bye.
Mr. McKinney?
Judge, I have Nikki Smith, present and approaching. This was announced plea or continue. We're working forward with the state to try to negotiate the terms of a plea agreement, including the restitution amount. I'd like to ask for a continuance, but I'd also like to have a status date on December 16th.
Okay. And then you can waive Ms. Smith's attendance then if you don't have something?
We're trying to have this resolved by 12/16. So if we're not going to be entering a plea on that date, then we could, but I
Okay.
believe that we should have it resolved by then.
Good. So, Ms. Smith, I'll see you on December 16th at 9 o'clock.
And Madam Clerk, procedurally, we would continue it until the 13th and have the status date on the 16th December.
Good.
Robert Thompson. Mr. Thompson is present and approaching in 24 CF 1780. Judge, we had left Mr. Thompson's case on this docket, plea or continue, in an effort to try to resolve the matter. We were unable to do so today, so I would ask for a continuance.
Okay. Mr. Thompson, do you agree to the continuance?
Yes, sir.
The court will see you back here no later than January 13th at 9 o'clock. Stay in touch with Mr. McKinney, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Judge,
sir.
if we reach a resolution ahead of the 13th of January, I'd like to bring this in on an earlier available court date.
It would certainly save you a lot of time because there'll be 200 or 300 people here that day. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Brandon Vichgon is on Zoom. Mr. Vichgon, can you unmute at this time?
Good morning, sir.
Can you hear me okay, sir? Okay, your audio is coming in a little bit muted. Can you move your phone to see if that helps? That's a little bit better. Mr. Vichgon is here in 24 CF 2144. He is in Colorado. We have a misdemeanor, an agreement for Mr. Vichgon. Mr. Vichgon, did you get the terms of that agreement that I emailed to you? It's the same terms that we discussed in court previously, and I know that you had some questions about misdemeanor probation. Misdemeanor probation also reached out to you. Did you discuss that with them?
Mr. Vichgon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop your video, and maybe that'll help us with your audio. Okay, now I'll try it again, Mr. Vichgon.
I called, they called me, and I missed the call, and I think you called them back. I never received a return call from them. Probation, as far as probation goes.
Mr. Vichgon, misdemeanor probation here will work with you, and you would not necessarily have to appear here in Florida to be instructed on the JCS probation. That was your question the last time that we were here in court.
Well, I have a couple of concerns, because when we had talked...
Well, Mr. Vichgon, to use a phrase that the court uses, I'm intentionally being rude. If you have additional questions, and you can appear on Thursday via Zoom, I'd like to answer your questions over the phone rather than in open court, so that we could decide if you're going to move forward and accept the state's offer for the 6 months misdemeanor probation or not. Judge, would that be acceptable?
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Vichgon, I'll see you at 9 o'clock this Thursday.
Mr. Vichgon, can you call my office right now and schedule a phone appointment with me? And then perhaps we can have a conference call between me, probation, and yourself, so we can answer all your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Vichgon. I'll see you Thursday.
Raymond Wagman. Mr. Wagman is present and approaching in 24 CF 713.
Hello, Mr.
This case was announced plea or trial.
Yes, sir.
I believe the state has an announcement.
Number 91 on my docket.
That's going to be followed by Maurice Warren.
Thank you.
I have the written form, no pros. I'm about to approve it.
Okay.
So yes, the state would dismiss 24 CF 713.
Mr. Wagman, your case is dismissed.
Good to go.
Thank you, sir.
Good day. Judge, this is Maurice Warren Jr. before the court in 24 CF 462. In this matter, I filed a request to the state for an updated witness address. This is the case in which we have tried to depose the owner of a restaurant twice since August. That's not in motion form. I'm not asking the court for an order, but I did file that into the case last week. This is announced plea or continue. I'm going to ask for the continuance until January 13th. But the state and the defense are still in the position that I need to get that information or updated information for the state's witness.
And Mr. Snell's standing. Yes, sir.
So Thursday after court, my victim's advocate and investigator obtained that information, so I'll give it to you.
And I just need that information as quickly as possible to move forward with Mr. Warren.
Right. So you did not file a motion to compel, Mr. McKinney?
I did not file a motion to compel. I filed the next level down. I filed the request to the state for an updated witness address.
Okay.
And which doesn't necessarily need a hearing, but it's telling the state what we need.
Okay.
So it sounds like we have what we need to move forward. I just need that information, and we'll ask for the continuance until January 13th.
Mr. Warren, I know that you want your case resolved.
Yes, sir.
And the court does too. Mr. McKinney knows that the court's here to help. Whatever motion, if he needs the court to get involved, I can do that. Hopefully the state will provide you with that information, and then you can decide what you want to do. So the court will see you back here no later than January 13th. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Also have William Watson.
Hello, Mr. Watson.
This is William Bill Watson in 22 CF 1064. Because of the age of the case, we'd left this case set for trial.
Right.
I did file, out of an abundance of caution, a motion for statement of particulars because the information states that this is $20,000 or more, but less than $100,000 and lists home furnishings. I don't want to litigate the motion for statement of particulars at the podium today. I noticed that for 2:30 on the 21st, but I wanted that to be on everybody's radar, that we're trying to get to a restitution amount to see if we can resolve this matter short of trial.
Okay. So to the state, we're having a hearing on Thursday regarding that statement of particulars. Are we still going to trial either the week of Thanksgiving or the week after?
Yeah, again, I would need the week after.
Okay.
The last case, I think you said it on the 3rd.
December 2nd.
December 2nd was the date you set the other one on?
Well, yes, sir.
And what day was that of the week?
Monday.
Was it Monday?
Monday. I just put them all down for Monday, and then y'all can figure out exactly how you want to move them on Thursday. But I just wanted to make sure with the statement of particulars, that wasn't going to change being ready to go to trial.
No, Your Honor. But
Okay.
it may help clarify some of the issues as we move forward.
Good. Mr. Watson, I'll see you on Thursday at 9 o'clock.
Judge, given that that is scheduled at 2:30 for that substantive motion, can we
2:30. Yes,
waive
sir.
Mr. Watson's appearance for the morning, but have him here at 2:30?
Certainly. Mr. Watson, I'll see you at 2:30 on Thursday. Thank you.
And this one's set for that same 3rd, December 2nd. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Correct.
Charlotte Wiggins is on Zoom.
Hello, Ms. Wiggins.
Hello.
Judge, Ms. Wiggins is before the court in 24 CF 1779. We had left this on plea or continue today in an effort to reach an offer or an agreement because she has additional cases. She's on community control out of Pensacola. We're unable to reach that agreement today, but we're going to continue to work towards it. So I'm going to request a continuance until January 13th. But Ms. Wiggins, please schedule an appointment or a phone appointment to talk to me about where we're at as far as the status of the case.
Yes, sir. Sure will.
Thank you, Ms. Wiggins. You'll need to be back in court on January 13th.
What time?
At 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And Judge, I'd filed a waiver for Angel Taylor, 24 CF 1748, to the state. Do we want to leave that on for an additional court date? Where do we want to put that?
Yeah, I think if you just left it on for the 21st, we'll have a result by then.
Judge, I believe if we leave that on for the 21st, and I will
Okay.
file another waiver, we may reach a resolution in the case.
Okay, yes, sir, it's set for Thursday.
Yes, Judge, thank you. The remaining matters I have are incarcerated.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Koch?
Yes, Judge. We call Mr. Regan, who's virtual, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Regan?
Mr. Regan, if you could turn your camera on, unmute. Excellent.
Good, thank you, sir.
Judge, this is in 24 CF 431. We had outstanding FDLE report in this matter, Your Honor. The state showed me they did receive it, so they're going to send over a copy, and I'm asking for this to get continued to that January 13th docket.
Okay. Mr. Regan, do you agree to the continuance?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, the court will see you back on January 13th, okay?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, if we can next call Ms. Elizabeth Ruger, who was virtual. I don't want to lose her. Ms. Ruger, Your Honor, I just saw her, but I'll pass her.
Here she is, here she goes.
Oh, there she is, I'm sorry.
My name is not Ruger, my name is Richmond.
Okay, Ms. Richmond. Who represents you, Ms. Richmond?
I do, Your Honor.
Good. Okay, thank you. Joyce Richmond.
Yes, in 24 CF 416, Your Honor, this was set for plea or trial. I still do not have a score sheet or offer. That being said, I did speak with the state attorney about, because we completed the depositions, Your Honor, this is a unique case. That's still my position to either plea or trial if we can get it set for Thursday.
Okay, so what did you say about deposition?
Depositions are all complete.
Okay.
I still need to offer score sheet, but I talked to Mr. Snell, and we're going to talk today on this matter.
Okay, so we're going to keep it set for trial on December 2nd.
And oh, sorry.
And the hearing on Thursday,
Yes, Judge.
right? Okay. Ms. Richmond needs to be here live on Thursday?
That's what I was going to ask, if I could waive her appearance because she is out of town in, I believe, Ohio. I was just going to ask that for the court.
Okay, to the state, any objection to Ms. Richmond appearing via Zoom?
If we're going to trial, then I would ask the court to have her presence here, because that's jury review.
Yes, sir.
If we resolve it, then I
Okay.
don't have a problem with her.
So, Mr. Koch, you think there's a chance of a plea?
Judge, I'm standing in front of you without an offer or a score sheet. The facts are unique, pushing toward a dismissal, so I can't really answer that.
Mr. Snow, when you say if it's resolved, but they don't have an offer from you?
We've talked about things, resolving the case before. The facts are not unique in that they're heading for a dismissal. The state wouldn't be dismissal on a failure to register case. So
Okay.
if that's the route that we want to go, let's just go ahead, and I don't mind not coming on. We can just go right to the second. I'll have my subs
Okay.
back, but
Okay, so,
I'd be glad to try to work out this case with him, but there's been absolutely zero discussions about what he's saying he thinks I should dismiss it, but he's never told me why he thinks that
okay.
there's been no communication about it, so.
Okay. So, Ms. Richmond, I'm going to keep your case on for this Thursday at 9 o'clock, and then we'll be looking at going to trial the week of December 2nd. You'll need to appear here via Zoom on Thursday at 9 o'clock, and at that time, we'll tell you when your case is going to go to trial and when you'll need to be here physically.
That's fine, I don't live in Florida though, I live in Cleveland, Ohio.
I understand. You're going to have to be here the week of December 2nd if we're going to trial that week. And we'll let you know what day on this Thursday, okay?
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, that's it, Mr. Koch.
Yes, Judge. If I can call Mr. Charles Reyes back up, Your Honor, in 24 CF 1839. I thought I saw it, yeah. Thank you.
Good.
Better eyesight than me.
Good. Yes, sir.
Judge, this is Mr. Charles Reyes, 24 CF 1839. It was set today for plea or trial. We'd like to keep it set for trial, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, this is Mr. Reagan?
Reyes, Judge,
Reyes.
R-E-Y-E-S, and Charles Reyes.
Gotcha, thank you. Okay, I don't have him on my docket.
66.
Got it. Good, thank you. So, trial?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So we want Mr. Reyes back here on Thursday at 9 to tell him exactly what date we're going, correct?
Correct, Judge.
Okay. So, Mr. Reyes, we're going to go to trial the week of December 2nd. I'll see you back here on Thursday at 9 o'clock. We'll tell you exactly when. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Judge, if now we can call Miss Elizabeth Ruger.
Ms. Ruger, if you'll please, there you go. Good, thank you, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruger. Your Honor, if we could set this for trial also. And just, Ms. Ruger, behind the scenes, those counter offers, the last time we talked, we're in that same position, so I'm requesting to keep this set for trial.
Ms. Ruger, where do you reside?
Niceville?
Okay, so Ms. Ruger, you'll need to be here live Thursday at 9 o'clock. So Thursday, 9 o'clock live, and then we'll be going to trial the week of December 2nd, okay?
Okay.
But I'll see you Thursday at 9. Is the sign behind you, does it say oysters?
I think it does.
Yeah, okay, thank you, ma'am. See you Thursday.
Bye.
That's the side of the meeting, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Judge, if I can call Miss Michelle, last name Stoudemire, 24 CF 1475.
Ms. Stoudemire.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Ms. Stoudemire. Good, how are you?
Judge, we'd like to request a trial in this case also.
Okay. Ms. Stoudemire, that means that I'll see you here Thursday at 9 o'clock, and we'll be looking at going to trial the week of December 2nd, okay? Thank you, ma'am.
I'll see you Thursday if I get an offer. Yes, ma'am. I believe the rest, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. J. Solano is
Mr.
present.
Solano.
And approaching. And we're here in 24 CF 1383, 24 CF 1384. Do you still want to move forward with this plea? Okay. Can I sign right? If I have this memo, just
Yes,
say
sir.
your Judge.
Yes, sir.
While the state attorney signs his portion, I'm just going to list out the terms, Your Honor. This is going to be a plea of no contest, Your Honor. For count 1 in 24 CF 1383, and for count 1 in 24 CF 1384, this will be an adjudication of guilt, 3 years of standard probation, $40 per month cost supervision, court costs. There's $250 in defense costs. Must complete 100 hours of community service, the advanced driving school, and also complete the victim impact panel. Must maintain gainful employment or 5 job applications per week. For count 2 and count 3 in the 24 CF 1384, there'll be adjudication of guilt and credit for time served. I may approach with the sign plea form, Judge.
Yes, sir. Has Mr. Solano been adjudicated guilty of a felony before?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Solano, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you, sir. So let's start with that, Mr. Solano. Do you understand that you'd be an adjudicated felon after this?
Yes, sir.
Have any questions for me or Mr. Koch or the state? Did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Solano, I do accept your plea. You're adjudicated guilty. You're sentenced to credit for time served on counts 2 and 3 of 24 CF 1384. You're adjudicated guilty of the count 1s and the other, well, in that case and the other case. You're sentenced to 3 years probation. That's to run concurrently, run at the same time. You'll need to pay the $40 per month cost of supervision, court costs, total of $250 public defender's fee, perform 100 hours of community service work, have gainful employment, or perform 5 job applications or do 5 job applications per week. You'll need to enter and successfully complete the advanced driver's school and complete the victim impact panel. Anything else from Mr. Solano?
Nothing from the defense, Judge.
Mr. Solano, are you related to Gina Solano or the doctor?
You've asked me this a few times.
And it was no, wasn't it? Okay. Thought I'd ask again because your name's so unique. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Your Honor, that's all I have out of custody.
Okay. Mr. McKinney, Mr. Kleins, anybody else? Okay.
I'll defer to court security.
Okay. Anybody in the gallery a defendant in the case?
Oh, Dwight Parson?
I'm sorry? Dwight Parson?
Okay.
No, because he's not in it, so.
Can I request a capias? No, I'm just kidding.
Rachel, you want to call the docket?
Yes, Judge, we have Mason Weston first. We're recalling him. He has no attorney.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Mr. Weston. I know it hasn't been long, but tell me why we are calling back Mr. Weston.
Mr. Snell?
Yes, the restitution has been paid.
Great.
And the offer would be amended to adjudication, 60 days, county jail, credit for time served. We've got it all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it'd be adjudication of guilt? Is it a misdemeanor or a felony? Mr. Weston, have you ever been adjudicated guilty of a felony before?
Before the other side, I
Okay.
believe so.
And because the reason why I ask that is I want to know your downside. So the state's offering an adjudication of guilt of the violation of a felony, 60 days in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served, and you'd have to pay court costs, and I'd give you a period of time to pay that after you got out of jail.
Yes, sir.
If you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. So, Mr. Weston, do you understand that if I accept your plea, that you're waiving your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
You have any, and you're also waiving your right to an attorney?
Yes, sir.
You have any questions for me or the state?
So if you do accept that, we would be going home today?
I don't know how many days you've...
I have 90 days.
Okay. And it doesn't sound like it's close. If you've served that time, then they'll let you out today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Mr. Weston, I do accept your plea. You're adjudicated guilty. You're sentenced to 60 days in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served. You'll need to pay the court costs. Is that $615? $515. How long will it take you to pay $515?
About a month or so.
How about 6 months, okay?
Okay.
If you fail to pay it within 6 months after you get out of jail, then it'll go to a civil lien or judgment.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Mr. Weston, come on. All right, next we have David Lanier, Mr. Klein.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Lanier. We did announce plea or trial for Mr. Lanier. We just leave him on Thursday's docket. To be completely candid, we are that close to an agreement to resolve this, so I do expect there's going to be a plea on Thursday, but we do want to backstop it with the trial if necessary.
Good. Mr. Lanier, I'll see you on Thursday. If it's not resolved on Thursday, then we'll be looking at going to trial the week of December 2nd. Thank you.
This is Jeremiah Lovejoy.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Jeremiah Lovejoy. We announced plea or trial on Mr. Lovejoy. We'd like this to stay set plea or trial for Thursday. We are in active negotiations with the state trying to get this resolved as quick as we can, if possible, but we do want to leave this on the trial docket.
Okay. Mr. Lovejoy, I'll see you on Thursday. If it's not resolved on Thursday, then we'll be going to trial the week of December 2nd. Thank you, sir.
Next is Tobias Lovejoy.
Your Honor, this is Tobias Lovejoy. I had announced plea or continue on Mr. Lovejoy. I only left him on this docket just in the Hail Mary chance that the state might offer him something. We're going to ask to continue this to January. However, on Friday, I did file in reciprocal some mental health records with the state, and I have told Mr. Lovejoy and the state that one of my number one goals before the end of this year is to hopefully get him out of custody before Christmas. So
Good.
the intent fully is to get him something resolved in December. I can't say that that's for sure going to happen, but I know he's been in jail since March, and we're trying to get a resolution here.
Okay. Mr. Lovejoy, this court will see you no later than January 13th, but if the state offers you something before that, I'll see you this year. Thank you.
Next is Ronald McNeely.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Ronald McNeely. We are, I believe, pretty close to a resolution. We're not in a position to do that today. I did talk with Mr. Gomez, and I believe the state's going to stipulate to reducing any outstanding cash or professional bonds to signature bonds, and I guess setting a signature bond on a failure to appear in this case.
That's correct, Your Honor. That's at the request of the victim in this case. I do also just want to make sure that it is a part of the conditions of no violent contact with the victim, Ronnie Oglesby, in this case, Your Honor.
So no violent contact. Am I appointing pretrial services?
Let me see, Your Honor. My guess is they probably were already, well, there was a mental health evaluation, so I don't have, if the court wants to pull up the mental health evaluation, find out the special conditions. This is a battery allegation. Those typically get placed on pretrial services. But it looks like when he actually went through first appearance, they just ordered a mental health evaluation and bonds were set later.
Right, and then it should show what they did after that.
Right, and so, I mean, I can pull it up, Your Honor.
To the state, what amount of signature bonds on the failure to appear?
The state would be okay with that, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Oh.
What amount?
$2,500.
Thank you.
It does look like he's already on pretrial services, Your Honor. He's already been ordered to have no violent contact with Mr. Oglesby.
Okay, good, thank you. Mr. McNeely, then all of your outstanding bonds are converted to signature bonds, so you'll be able to sign out of jail today without putting any money up. And the failure to appear is a $2,500 signature bond.
Okay.
You will have to fulfill pretrial services, have no violent contact with the alleged victim. Okay? So will I see Mr. McNeely, will he be back here on January 13th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. January 13th, 9 o'clock, Mr. McNeely. Okay. No, ma'am. I mean, he'll have to do all this.
So I'm not sure that there's an FTA in the case, or that there's another open case for an FTA.
Okay.
Which I need to put on there.
I would ask that you put on the minute sheet, any failure to appear would have a $2,500 signature bond on it. Because my concern is, and I've done this with the jail before, I've asked them specifically to run a check for holds, and they won't do it until somebody's being processed out. So my concern is that if we don't say anything on the minute sheet about it, they're going to send an email to all of us tomorrow saying, what about the FTA?
So just specify any FTA.
It has a 2,000, from this court, for this case. Like, I don't want to speak for another, if he's got FTAs on other cases or something.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Your Honor, we have Malcolm Norvillis on the docket today. He's in Santa Rosa County Jail in federal custody. If the court wants to leave this on for Thursday, it was never announced plea or trial. Mr. Norvillis is being charged by the federal government with the exact same charges here. I know Mr. Gomez just wants me to make sure that the indictment's been issued in federal court. I did tell him that I would call his federal public defender tomorrow and ask what's the status of the case.
And I'll look into we have somebody in the office who has access to Pacers, so I'll look into that as well.
Okay. Do you just want to continue at one cycle?
We can do that too. I mean,
that's okay with me.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Eric O'Malley.
Okay, and Ashley Vishkan came back on, or came on.
And this is Eric O'Malley, Your Honor. We did announce a plea or trial. We can leave Mr. O'Malley on the trial docket. I think we're going to have some kind of a resolution here, but I do want to, he's been in jail for 6 months, and I want to go ahead and get him.
Mr. O'Malley?
Your Honor, can we pass Mr. O'Malley to the end of the docket, and I'll go talk to him real quick?
Sure. Mr. O'Malley, I'll see you later.
Next we have Joshua Paulson, Mr. Cup.
I can't agree to a bond with him. I can't agree.
Josh, good morning. Judge, it's Mr. Paulson in 24 CF 1939.
Yes, sir.
We were set here, plea or continuance. Speaking with the state, he's going to send over an offer and a score sheet.
Good.
So unfortunately, we cannot accept an offer today, but the state's going to send me over an offer and a score sheet so we can discuss that, and I have some court dates coming up I can set you on.
All right. Where's the next court date?
When we get the offer, then I'll get you scheduled in. Okay? But as today, we're not, we don't have an offer.
Mr. Paulson, if the state offers you something that you want to accept, Mr. Koch can set it as early as Thursday or next week, or just about any week after that. So I'm just setting the underlying case for January 13th. But if you want to accept something, tell Mr. Koch and I'll see you soon, okay? Thank you, sir.
I want to accept something, as long as it ain't prison time.
Okay.
And your mom was present today, so she has your support.
Good. Thank you, sir.
So I'm going to set it for Thursday?
It's not set for Thursday, but if the state offers you something and you tell Mr. Koch, I want to accept this plea, if you tell him that tomorrow, then Mr. Koch will set it for Thursday. Okay? Thank you.
Josh. Brian Phillips.
Hello, Mr. Phillips.
Judge, may I have a brief second?
Certainly.
Correct. Okay. Judge, if I have another brief second, I
Yes, sir.
just need your signature there.
Ashley, will you approach?
If you could just initial.
I don't know where
tried
Ashley
the
came from.
140.
I got it from the name on Zoom.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
This will be a change of plea this morning. Plea of no contest, be adjudication of guilt, 180 days in the Okaloosa County Jail, credit for all time served. There's 967 in court costs, 150 in defense costs, Your Honor. And I did make a change on the plea form. It was 140, but we're pleading to 180 days, and my client did initial by it.
Good,
Just want to
thank
notate that. Do you have a question for me?
About the payment of the fines and everything, I don't need some time.
Absolutely, the judge will ask. Your Honor, my client's asking for some time to make the
Good.
payments.
How long will you need, Mr. Phillips?
1 year, I'll
Okay.
go back to work in March.
Good. You'll get it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Phillips, if you'll raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Phillips, did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Yes.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, I did.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes, sir, he did.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Very much so.
Good. Did you sign the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Phillips, I do accept your plea. You're adjudicated guilty. You're sentenced to 180 days in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served. You'll need to pay the court costs, $150 public defender's fee. If you fail to pay those within 1 year from your release from jail, then they'll go to a civil lien or judgment. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Kristen Polk is next.
Yes, sir. Just go right to that desk. Yep. Yeah, right there. That's it. Thank you. Tristan Hall.
No, go ahead.
Awesome. You got my text. There's no charge here. I show up on Tuesday.
That's only the mistake.
Hello, Mr. Polk.
AB's in jail.
Good, how are you?
Because we found the AV.
I know, then let's wait to handle it together.
We need help on that pair.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge. I got Tristan Polk in 24 CF 1511 for our felony case. Ultimately, that's going to get continued. We were set today because the alleged victim did not show up for a deposition. She's currently in custody at the jail, so she's been located, so that's why the need for continuance.
Okay.
But also, if you recall, my client showed up on Tuesday. He had that failure to appear for the paraphernalia case. I'm currently, or my office is not appointed currently on that misdemeanor case. I checked this morning, but I did see if we could possibly plea out, because that is hold them in jail.
Okay.
Is that a possibility?
No.
And Your Honor, Is it possible for us to get appointed today on that or our office?
Yes, sir.
At least we can start moving on it.
Absolutely. Mr. Polk, do you wish for the public defender to represent you in the misdemeanor case?
Yes, Your Honor.
I do appoint them for that case. So, Mr. Koch, what do you want to do with felony case?
Ultimately, continue to 113.
Okay. Mr. Polk, the court will see you no later than January 13th. However, if the state offers you something before that time, Mr. Koch can set it for a hearing. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thank you.
Pernell is next.
Hello, Mr. Purnell.
How you doing, Judge?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks.
Good.
Good morning. Judge, can I just have a brief moment?
Yes, sir.
For now. Excellent. Your Honor, this is Mr. Purnell in 23 CF 2186. There's a new updated score sheet we received this morning. Ultimately, my client wants to plead to the bench. Got accepted to Haven House, so he's excited possibly for that opportunity. I spoke with Mr. Gomez on the next possible date to enter that plea, and he gave me the December 9th court date.
Unless you want to do it on Thursday, is that too soon?
That's too soon, Your Honor. This is going to be a sentencing hearing, and so
Okay.
I'd rather have it on 12/9 in the afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay. So 12/9 would be at 1:30. So, Mr. Purnell, I'll see you on December 9th at 1:30.
All right.
And I'll do my homework.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Nathaniel Reed is next.
I want to do it today, but 12/9.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
wait, Mr. Purnell, hold on one second. Maybe jumping the, so he wants to enter a plea straight up, and then we're going to delay the sentencing? Is that what we're doing, or we're going to do the whole thing on?
Normally, Your Honor, we would have a plea agreement signed, and then we would set off the sentencing for 12/9. I think in this scenario, unless Mr. Koch wants to get that together, or if you want to take it orally, I mean, he's going to be pleading to the charges. There's no agreement with the state as to what.
Right, I'd rather not do that orally, because I have no idea what I'll sentence him to. So, you know, if y'all feel comfortable with me addressing the accepting of the plea on December 9th,
Well,
and
Your
then
Honor,
go straight to sentencing, or we can do the sentence?
Okay, yeah, as long as we can make sure that it's written on Thursday, on that December 9th date, we'll have a written plea.
Right.
And then we'll just do the sentencing hearing with the written plea.
Okay. So, Mr. Purnell, I'll see you on the 9th. Thank you.
Thank you for clarifying that, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Nathaniel Reed is next.
Thank you.
So we'll just remain December 9th on the.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Judge, this is Mr. Nathaniel Reed, 24 CF 1286.
Yes, sir.
Judge, this is Mr. Nathaniel, last name Reed, in 24 CF 1286. I sent it today for a plea or continuance. Ultimately, I need a score sheet in this matter. We've had bond hearings for my client. He is 18. Just my thoughts, it looks like pleading to the bench or going another avenue of that, but I need a score sheet.
Okay.
I've given you the score sheet, we've talked about it, it's a guideline sentence. I sent it to you probably 2 months ago when we talked about it.
If that's the case, can I have Mr. Reed set on? Let me just check my, can I have a moment, Judge?
Sir.
The lowest permissible prison sentence is 34.8, and that's the state's offer. The score's 74.4 points.
Your Honor, because ultimately, the state is correct. I still need a physical copy. I'm not disputing, but the way the process works in my discovery, I don't have it in front of me. So I'm not making any allegations of anything, but I just want that score sheet so we can talk about different avenues.
Good.
Ultimately, we have depositions being set, but my main goal today was to see that score sheet. I wanted a firm answer. So Mr. Snell is going to send me over through the stack program we use, and then ultimately continue my case to 113, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Reed, you'll be back before the court no later than January 13th.
Yes, sir. I actually have to be back here on December 12th, so I was wondering if we could maybe get that set to December 12th instead.
Is that the misdemeanor? What is?
What's December 12th date? We'll keep our case set for the 113, and if we get some resolution or we talk about possibly pleading to the bench, then we can move dates. But as of right now, I'm going to request it just be kept on the 113. I can always bring you in early.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Reed.
Robert Riddle's next.
Hello, Mr. Riddle.
Mr. Riddle, good morning. Judge, this is Mr. Riddle. We have 24 CF 1789, 21 CF 961. We were set here for plea continuance. Similar situation. I needed a global, or I need an offer, but I also need a score sheet in this matter. I don't have an offer or a score sheet this morning.
To the state, when do you believe you'll give Mr. Riddle an offer or score sheet?
I can do that. We can discuss it this afternoon. I'll get in that paperwork.
Okay. So you're seeking a continuance?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Riddle, you'll be back before the court no later than January 13th, but if the state offers you something that you want to accept this week, you can be back on Thursday, okay? So Mr. Koch can set it for a hearing as quick as you want to. Thank you.
So, yeah, they said they're going to give me an offer and a score sheet today. Because right now, I don't know. There's no offer in the case. So I can really set you early.
Eddie Rogers is next.
Hello, Mr. Rogers. Good, how are you? Yes, sir.
Judge, this is Mr. Rogers. He has two cases before you, 24 CF 395, 24 CF 1416. I was at the jail yesterday speaking with Mr. Rogers. We have some counter offers we want to present.
Good.
Ms. Barickman is the other state attorney, so I still request this he continue to 113 so I can bring her in the discussions to resolve Mr. Snell's case and Ms. Barickman's case.
Okay. Mr. Rogers, that means that you'll be back here no later than January 13th, but if the state offers you something that you want to accept later this week, Mr. Koch can set it for Thursday or set it for next week, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So I can
Robert Sargent's next with Mr. McKinney.
Good, thank you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rogers.
Jason McKinney on behalf of Robert Sargent. Mr. Sargent is before the court in a total of 4 case numbers, 2 of which are new law offenses, 24 CF 888 and 24 CF 887. There are 2 violations of probation that are tracking along with these. I will note for the record that Mr. Sargent's parents, guardians are present in the courtroom today. We have tried mightily in moving forward with depositions and trying to resolve these matters. And we are still in plea negotiations with the state. I guess the most important question for today, since this is set plea or continue, would be to the state and asking the state attorney if there is an agreement or negotiation that gets Mr. Sargent released into the community based on the negotiations we have today.
There's not an offer from the state that would entail the release of Mr. Sargent today.
Okay. So, Mr. McKinney, what additional depositions or additional work needs to happen?
Judge, there is additional mitigation that needs to be prepared, and there has to be some discussion behind the scenes between me and my client on how to proceed forward with strategy.
Okay.
Rather further negotiation with the state, perhaps a plea to the bench. As stated, this will set plea or continue. I know everybody was hoping for a resolution today. We are not in that position from the discussions with the state. So I would request the continuance reluctantly to January 13th. But I want to keep hands on this as much as possible to see if we can resolve this matter before the end of the year.
Okay. Mr. Sergeant, you'll be back before the court no later than January 13th, but if the state offers you something that you want to accept before that date, Mr. McKinney can set it as early as Thursday or next week, okay? Hold on one second, Mr. Sergeant. A couple of things. One is your folks have been here all day. I was asking security if they could get you in here sooner because there were so many people. You just appeared in this courtroom. So I apologize to your folks. I wish I could have gotten you here sooner. Second thing is, if the sergeant doesn't agree to an offer, when do you see a resolution of this case?
Judge, if the case were being set for trial, I believe that we would be done with all of the discovery by the January court date.
Okay. Mr. Sergeant, you want your case to end, and so does the court. So you'll be in front of a different judge in January. Judge Stone, good judge, listens to everything. So you'll see him in January. If the state offers you something you want to accept before the end of this year, then I'll see you, okay?
And in all candor to the court, I would expect a resolution by the end of the year,
Good.
one way or the other.
Okay.
You okay? You're okay?
It's okay, ma'am. Stay back here, ma'am.
You want to stay back?
Stay back here.
JJ, can you go record? It's okay.